In this video, we will cover more basic features of coding with Python, including commenting code, handling user input, if statements, indentations, libraries, try and except statements, while loops and datetime. Firstly, launch idle and create a new project. Save this project as basics 2. In order to add comments to your code, we use the hashtag symbol. Any line of code with a hashtag preceding it won't be interpreted by Python and gets ignored. This is useful when we need to annotate our scripts. Let's write a short note about the program. Type hashtag, then type. This script covers some basic features of Python. Now go to the next line down and type in print, open bracket, apostrophe, enter password to see the secret message, apostrophe, close bracket. Then run the script. We can see in the shell that the comment is excluded, but the print statement runs as expected. We now need to add a user entry field to the code. Under the print statement, type password equals input, open bracket, then close bracket. Now if we run the script, the shell console will request an input. Type anything in the shell console and press enter. We can now see that the program ends as the arrow symbols appear after our inputted text. What we now need to do is check whether the password we entered is correct. If it is correct, we want the code to proceed. If the password is incorrect, we want the code to ask for the password again. We can do this by using an if statement and a while loop. First, let's set up the if statement. In the script, on a new line, type if password equals apostrophe 12345 apostrophe colon, then press enter. We type double equals because a single equals is used to assign a value to a variable, whereas a double equals is used to check if a variable is equal to something else. Notice how instead of going to the start of the next line, the line is indented. In Python, indentations are important. In this example, the indentation shows that the code about to be written is contained within the if statement. If we had an if statement without an indent, then it wouldn't recognize the code as being part of the if statement. Now type pass. Pass is a keyword that tells the script to do nothing. We will place this here temporarily so that we can test the if statement before writing what we want to do if the password is correct. Now press enter. Notice how there is no indent. This is because Python recognizes that the if statement condition has ended. We do, however, need to write an else statement. Type else, then a colon. Press enter. Then type print, open bracket, apostrophe, incorrect password, apostrophe, close bracket. This means, whenever the password is incorrect, we will print a statement letting the user know that it is incorrect. Because we want the program to keep looping and asking for the user to enter a password if it's incorrect, we can put the if statement inside a while loop. To do this, at the very start of the code, after the comment type, while true, then colon. Because the if statement needs to be contained within the while loop as well as the initial print code, we need to indent all of the code below the while true statement. To do this, highlight all text below the while statement, then press the Tab key on your keyboard. This will indent the code so that Python knows that it needs to be contained within the while statement. Now, where we have written pass, we can replace this statement with a break statement by typing break. This will break out of the while loop. It is important that when we type true or false that they have a capital letter to start with. Python is case sensitive, so it could run incorrectly if the incorrect capitalization is used. The while loop says, while true keep looping. This means if the password is incorrect, then it will go back to the start of the loop. It then asks for an input again. This will keep looping until the value is not equal to true. This happens when we type the correct password, which activates the break statement. Let's go ahead and run this code. If we type in the incorrect password, it will display the message, incorrect password. It will then restart the loop and display the initial enter password statement, and request an input again. We can see that entering multiple incorrect passwords keeps looping the code. It's only when we type 1 2 3 4 5 that the code breaks. In our script, the 1 2 3 4 5 is within apostrophes. This means that it is of the type string. As we are typing on the keyboard, our input is automatically assigned to the string type. So it's important that we are comparing the string type to our input string type. If the password didn't have the apostrophes, then it would never match our input, as it would be comparing a type integer against a type string. Now after the print statement, press enter twice. Notice that the indent is still active. Press backspace to get rid of the indent, as we are no longer writing within the while loop. Type, print, open bracket, enter age, close bracket. Then type, age equals input, open bracket, close bracket. Then run the code. Now, initially the script will ask for a password. Once the correct password is entered, it will then ask for an age which you can type in. As we are dealing with a number, we need to convert the input to an integer. Under the age equals input statement, type age equals int, open bracket, age, close bracket. Now, if the user inputs a value that isn't a number, the script will break. We can handle this error by using a try statement. Before the conversion to an integer type, we can type try, then a colon. Then indent the int conversion statement. Then go to the next line down and backspace to remove the indent, then type except, colon. Try and except are keywords in Python. Try means, try to do the following code. Except means, if there is an error then do this line of code. Now press enter. Here we will define how we want to handle the error. In this case, we can display a message to the user that states that the value entered is not a number. Type print, open bracket, apostrophe, the value entered was not a number. Apostrophe, close bracket. Run the code to test it. We can see that if we enter a value that is not a number in the age input, we get the print message. If we enter a value that is a number, the program continues. We haven't written any further code yet, so the program ends. Now add a new line in the script and backspace to remove the indent. Type current_date equals datetime dot today, open bracket, close bracket, dot strf time, open bracket, apostrophe, percentage symbol, capital letter Y, dash, percentage symbol, lowercase m, dash, percentage symbol, lowercase d, apostrophe, close bracket. So that we can view the date time, add a print statement to the bottom of the script by typing print, open bracket, current_date, close bracket. If we run the code now, we will get an error that says datetime is not defined. This is because we haven't imported the function datetime yet. In Python, as seen, it automatically loads with some basic features. However, there are a large number of additional features that aren't automatically loaded. Additional features in Python are called libraries. Libraries are pre-built scripts that can be referenced within Python code to import more functionality within your program. To import the library for datetime, at the very start of the script, type from datetime import datetime, comma, time delta. Python comes with a number of libraries that can be imported. To view the libraries that are currently installed, we can go to the location that Python is installed. If you go to the Start menu and type idle, then right-click and open File Location. Then right-click on the idle and click Properties. Then copy out the target location. Then paste into the folder shortcut bar, remove all the text after the python.exe, then remove the text that says python.exe, and press Enter. This is where all the underlying code to your Python install is saved. If we go into the lib folder and then scroll down, we will come to a script named datetime.py. This is what is being imported when we call the import function in our script. Notice how it is just a normal script file. We could even open this script in idle to see how it is made. If you right-click and edit with idle, here we can see a lot of code that defines the datetime function. While this may be too detailed to read through at the moment, it's important to know what libraries are and how they are imported. Going back to the script window, we can now use the function that gets today's date and work out the birth date by taking the age given from today's date. To do this, add a new line and type birth_year equals datetime dot today open bracket close bracket minus time delta open bracket days equals open bracket age time symbol 365 close bracket close bracket. What this does is take today's date and minuses the age given times 365 from it in days, to take away the equivalent years. Now enter a new line and type print, open bracket, birth_year, close bracket, then run the code. We can see that the years are correctly taken away. We only need to display the birth year though, so to do this, similar to the code we typed before, create a new line above the print statement. Type birth_year equals birth_year dot strf time dot open bracket apostrophe percentage symbol capital Y apostrophe close bracket. Then run the code again. Now we will have the birth year returned. We can remove the original line of code that contains the current date and print statement, as it is no longer needed in our script. In this video we have used a number of fundamentals used in Python. Have a go at altering the code, perhaps by adding an if statement that takes the age given and works out if the user is a child, teenager, adult or senior, displaying the relevant print statement depending on the user's input. Or continue to the next video where we will cover more Python fundamentals.